Hi everyone. Before we get started, I do ask that you please excuse my voice. I'm a little sick at the time of recording this, but the show must go on. So today I'm going to be talking about the dangers of social media trends. So social media is something that a lot of people, most people have had experience with, whether it's profiles of their own or other people showing them posts on their phones. So accounts can post all type of content with very little effort, which makes it super easy to gain popularity or fame very quickly. So this could be in the form of funny videos, informative text posts, or simple photos with short captions. So while all this sounds very harmless, we're going to take a look into how social media can impact the minds of its younger users. In this presentation, I will discuss the harmful social media trends and who is affected by them. There will be examples of trends on multiple platforms, as well as a pros and cons list and a few safety tips at the end. So who does this affect? This is going to affect young children and teens who are going to start using social media at a younger age, and who are going to continue to use it regularly, if not daily. This will also impact the parents of the social media users, especially those who are concerned with either how much content their child is consuming in a day, or what kind of content their child is consuming. So social media challenges are something that are very popular. So on the Healthy Children website, it's explained that teens find appeal in these challenges because of brain development. So there's a part of the brain that handles rational thought, and that's the prefrontal cortex, and that's not going to develop until about the mid-20s. So teens without this fully developed prefrontal cortex are going to be a lot more likely to fall into dangerous challenges such as the Tide Pod Challenge or Devious Licks, which are two challenges I will touch on in the next slide. So the Tide Pod Challenge was a challenge where kids would buy dissolvable laundry pods and they would eat them. So while this is an older challenge, there were so many hospitalizations due to its rise in popularity that it falls down in history as one of the most dangerous social media challenges. Devious Licks was a bit more recent, occurring around the time of the pandemic, and it encourages teens to go onto property, usually school property, and vandalize it in very random ways. So in this example here, we see a water fountain with a water bottle filter, where a teen has actually ripped the water fountain off the wall and left it hanging on the floor. And if you can see the tag there on the left, you can see that it's uploaded on TikTok. These were very popular on TikTok and Instagram. So social media and mental health have a big tie together. So social media's biggest downfall is its impact on mental health. With adolescents, this is a vital time for children and teens to develop their self-esteem, and social media can have a huge impact on that development. So Ibrahim H. Akar, please excuse me if I am pronouncing that name wrong, he cites a study that looks into the link between adolescent social media addiction and self-esteem and emotional problems. So in this research, he states that it's clear that excessive social media use is an indication of addiction, could be a pernicious effect for adolescent self-esteem, which paves the way for further investigation. So this means that you, as adolescents, they are consuming this media a lot younger, which means that self-esteem could be lowering at a far younger age than it may without the use of social media. So kind of tying into the self-esteem issue, we have social media and body image. This is a huge issue on social media because more often than not, people are comparing themselves to others that they are viewing, whether it be in photos or videos. So the source Science Direct states that when users compare themselves to that ideal and find that they do not meet it, they feel negatively about their body, leading to the development of body image pathology. Again, children are consuming this content much younger and comparing themselves much younger. So this is going to be a body image issue that's going to follow them into adulthood. So how many teens does this impact? According to the Mayo Clinic, they used a Pew Research Center survey that was done in 2018, and that reviewed that 45% of 750 13 to 7-year-olds who were interviewed are almost constantly online, while 97% at least have social media accounts on social media platforms. This means that most teens are signed up for accounts on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now rising in popularity, obviously, is also TikTok. Some safety tips for young users, these are from UNICEF, are not to spread rumors. When you spread rumors, obviously it brings about nothing but trouble, and there's also obviously a possibility of rumors being spread about you. So this relates to that last point there, not to keep fears to yourself. If there are rumors being spread about you, anything that's being said that may impact you negatively, you need to find a trusted adult to bring that issue up to and hopefully resolve it. Also think twice before hitting send. So if you're very angry and you're typing out a message or a comment that is very clearly portraying your anger, you're going to want to think twice before hitting send, because just as much as things can impact your mental health, they can also impact others' mental health. The last is just to look into your privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you can make your account private, which limits who can view it. You accept or decline who can view your account. And also you can block offensive content that you don't want to see, or certain people that you don't want seeing you. I apologize for the helicopter flying over my house. So some safety tips for the parents who are concerned about their child's social media use. You can set limits on social media use, whether that be through setting a screen time limit or through, and this is a Harvard University recommendation, through asking your children at night to put their phones into a basket so that they're not taking them up to bed and getting to content that you may not want them exploring. You can also look into content settings as a parent, setting restrictions on offensive content, and then just keeping an open channel of communication. This relates back to not keeping fears to yourself. You want to keep an open mind and make it feel like a safe space for your child to share these concerns with you so that they can then better be resolved. So as much as there are cons, there are also pros. So some of the pros are that social media opens a channel to communicate with others and explore different cultures. This could be through photos, videos, direct messaging. Children are given the advantage that they have at their fingertips the ability to explore so many different cultures and learn so much about the world. There's also self-discovery. So, for example, queer youth experiencing queer adults living their lives the way that they want to could be very inspiring in a way that they might not have in their home. And it's also a creative outlet. I personally know a lot of artists and other creatives who have used social media to kickstart their careers, and it's worked wonderfully for them. So some of the cons obviously are the body image and mental health concerns that we spoke about, and the constant comparison that feeds into the body image issues, seeing photos and videos and always thinking, oh, I don't look like that. And stranger danger is obviously always going to be a concern with social media. So in conclusion, social media does have its upsides and downsides, while the bad does very often outweigh the good. It's important for parents to keep an eye out for clues that their child's social media experience may be impacting them negatively mentally. But it's also important for young internet users to keep an eye on how much they're consuming and what kind of content they're consuming in regards to their own mental health. And here are my works cited for this project, and that's all. Thank you.